Trying to talk baseball here.
We're trying to talk baseball. I wish the two sides would talk, then we might have baseball. That's the problem. Today was supposed to be the day that Baseball Commissioner Fay Vincent made a decision on whether or not to push back opening day, which is scheduled for April the 2nd. Brewer President Bud Selig has been on the phone all afternoon talking with the parties involved and told me just a few minutes ago that no decision has been made at this time. Selig added that no negotiations between the players and owners are scheduled right now, so the stalemate continues. When the WIAA Boys State Basketball Tournament gets underway in Madison on Thursday, the Mukwonago Indians will be making their first appearance ever when they take on Whitefish Bay in the quarterfinals. The Indians pulled off a major upset, beating 8th-ranked Janesville Craig in the sectional finals. They came from 11 points down in the fourth quarter, using a 17-5 run to pull out the dramatic victory. This has been a Cinderella season for Mukwonago this year as they head to Madison for the first time.
It's got to be, you know, the greatest feeling you ever had in your life, and you know, it's like getting married or something like that. That kind of feeling that you have, you know, and you know, kids are just, you know, they're really pumped up. You know, they act like they're walking on air.
The Indians are one of the hottest teams in the state right now. They've won 13 in a row. They don't have a legitimate superstar. Instead, Mukwonago relies on the team approach, and so far it's been quite successful.
We just play as a team, and that's what does it. We don't have really one outstanding player. We have 5 guys, and they get the job done. That's all we need. Just play as a team.
This group has been a good group from freshmen, just the character that they have, you know, the type of students they are, just the type of person they are. You know, we were expecting good things. You know, I don't know if we expected to go to state, but, you know, we were expecting good things, and, you know, it's got a lot to just do with the kind of characters they are.
The city of Mukwonago has about 4,000 people, and right now they're all excited about their basketball team. The players, too, are enjoying the limelight.
Oh, it's great. I tell you, you know, you come to school, you got people you've never seen before congratulating you. You know, you got the whole town behind you. You go to the grocery store, and you got people saying, you know, hey, good job, nice job, and everything, and it just feels great. You know, after that win, it was just cloud9 all the way.
The Wisconsin Badger.
From WITI TV6 in Milwaukee, this is the TV6 News at 10.
From the whooping and hollering, you'd have thought the Hamilton High School basketball team won the state championship tonight.
They didn't, not yet anyway. But what they did win tonight is a chance to compete. Good evening. A Milwaukee judge has ordered Hamilton High School back into the state tournament.
Jeff Jackson was in court this evening for that verdict and joins us from the newsroom now to begin our coverage of the story. Jeff.
Joyce Vince, as you know, Hamilton High School was disqualified from the state basketball tournament earlier this week by the Wisconsin.
Madison, TAC Communication Sports presents the 75th annual WIAA Boys State Basketball Championships. This WIAA Network Sports exclusive is brought to you statewide by Menards, your complete home improvement headquarters. Your dairy farm families of Wisconsin. Ask for real dairy products when you dine out and look for them in your supermarket. Marshfield Clinic, a leader in American medicine since 1916. Your local Cenex and Land O'Lakes cooperatives, providing quality petroleum products, crop inputs, and livestock feed. And rural insurance companies. For all your tomorrows, depend on rural insurance today.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the evening session of the Class A quarterfinal round. I'm Dwayne Mosley, and in the opening round tonight, it will be Mukwonago taking on Whitefish Bay. To bring you that basketball game, Jeff Lenton from WXOW in La Crosse, Eli Krogan, the head basketball coach from Watertown High School. And gentlemen, how high scoring of a game can we expect to see tonight?
Well, Dwayne, if things go as they have gone all season long for these teams, we could see a lot of points. Eli, both coaches telling us yesterday they feel comfortable when their teams score a lot of points.
Well, both coaches indicated they'd like to see a game of 70 to 75 points, and when you're talking about 70 to 75 points, you're talking about teams getting up and down the court, and you're talking about a great spectators game.
Both coaches also talking about the balance they have, both inside and outside offensively.
Well, I think that'll be an indication of just how the game goes, because Whitefish Bay is the biggest ball player is 6'2", and they need to rebound well. Mukwonago has a little size advantage inside, and both teams will need to establish the inside game to offset maybe the other team's outside game.
Well, Dwayne, if things go according to plan and these two teams come out fairly loose, we could see a lot of points put up tonight.
I hope so. In the second game tonight, it will be Madison East and Appleton East. Coming up in just a few moments, it will be Whitefish Bay and McWanago. But first, these messages from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. This is your WIAA network station.
Could have gone to Manhattan and lived the big city life. All the Broadway plays, fast pace, the crowds. But I came here instead. Things get done right away. Top medical specialists who respect one another. The patients are super, and so are the doctors. Some might think a small town in central Wisconsin would be really lonely, but this is exactly the crowd I've always wanted to be with.
Marshfield Clinic, an American institution since 1916.
The dairy farmers of Wisconsin are proud of the award-winning cheesemakers of Wisconsin. Year after year, Wisconsin cheeses are named the country's finest. Choose from a wide selection of award-winning varieties and taste why Wisconsin is #1 when it comes to great-tasting cheese. Look for the award-winning Wisconsin cheeses in the dairy section at your favorite grocer and take advantage of this great opportunity to enjoy the pride of Wisconsin, delicious Wisconsin cheese.
Jeff Lenz and Eli Krogan back at the Fieldhouse in Madison, just moments away from the start of this Class A quarterfinal game between McWanago and Whitefish Bay. 20-4 against 22-2. If you just joined us earlier today, Eau Claire North beat Milwaukee Hamilton 60. Actually, Milwaukee Hamilton beat Eau Claire North, rather, 63-62. Hamilton advances, as does Milwaukee Washington. They beat Plymouth 71-57. So it's McWanago against Whitefish Bay tonight. Appleton East against Madison East in the other Class A quarterfinal game. Here's a look at all of the teams in the state tournament, excluding the Milwaukee and Madison schools. Of course, viewers around the state know where Milwaukee and Madison are, but you take a look at where McWanago is in relationship to Milwaukee there, and Whitefish Bay right in the Milwaukee area as well.
Well, they're in close proximity and big rivals. Should be a good ball game.
All right, just about set to tip this one off for the starting lineups. Let's go to public address announcer Jack Rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 75th annual WIAA Boys State High School Basketball Tournament. Our first quarterfinal Class A game tonight. The Blue Dukes of Whitefish Bay and the Indians of McWanago. For Whitefish Bay at forward, a 6-foot senior, number 25, Damian Perry. For McWanago at forward, a 6'4 senior, number 32, Bill Schonow. For Whitefish Bay, a 6'2 senior, number 35, Tim Frank. For McWanago, a 6'3 senior, number 23, Matt Brown. At center, for Whitefish Bay, a 6'2 senior, number 53, Russ Trimble. For McWanago at center, a 6'5 senior, number 45, Eric Ohm. The guards, for Whitefish Bay, a 5'11 senior, number 23, Ernie Peavy. For McWanago, a 6'2 senior, number 11, Troy Schluckmeyer. For Whitefish Bay, a 6-foot senior, number 15, Bruce Bilkey. For McWanago, a 6-foot senior, number 20, Tony Zanon. The Blue Dukes of Whitefish Bay are coached by Jeff Bilkey. The Indians of McWanago coached by Keith Brandstetter. The officials assigned by the WIAA, Casey Eckhart and Stan Luke.
And Casey Eckhart and Stanley Luke, both from the Eau Claire area. Eli, this is a very, very dominant senior team for both squads. All 10 players starting tonight, seniors.
Well, Jeff, I think you find that oftentimes a group will come up and they'll be 6th graders, 7th graders, and they'll talk about going to the state tournament, and 8th graders, and they'll keep pulling together, and their goal is to go to the state tournament. And oftentimes it's a senior-dominated team that comes here to Madison.
Jeff Thielke, the head coach for Whitefish Bay, says that's his philosophy, too. His philosophy is to play the seniors. You have to earn that right to start. Just about set to tip things up here. Bill Schonow jumping against Russ Trimble. And we're underway in this Class A quarterfinal game. McGuanago controls the tap. Tony Zanin with the ball.
And Whitefish Bay opens in a man-to-man defense.
Matt Brown inside to Eric Olm, draws the crowd, blocked away, and a jump ball. And with the jump ball, possession goes to Whitefish Bay.
Eric Olm had that shot blocked, but Jeff, he did one thing that all coaches like to see, and his teammates like to see. He went right down on the floor after the ball.
This is Ernie Peavy driving all the way. Can't get it. Schonow with the rebound.
Ernie Peavy showed why he's the leading scorer for Whitefish Bay. He took the ball right to the basket, and that one didn't drop, but other ones will.
Schonow, nice pass inside to Brown. Blocked, but will have a foul. Looks like it's going to go against Ernie Peavy.
And McGuanago in their first 2 possessions have gotten the ball inside both times.
Now check that. They're not going to call it on Peavy. They'll call it on Damian Perry inside.
Here we see the shot blocked inside, but we also see the foul.
So that sends Matt Brown to the free throw line. McGuanago coach Keith Branstetter saying Brown really come on in the last couple of weeks of the season, particularly in tournament play, in regionals and sectionals.
He said he was their most improved player and really has keyed the team improvement.
And Brown hits his first 2 free throws, so McGuanago getting on the board first in this Class A quarterfinal game. Pressed by the Indians, but the Blue Dukes break it. Damian Perry for 3.
And Perry, a good outside shooter, hits that 3.
Well, both coaches like the way their guards shoot from the outside. We could see a lot of that this evening. Zanin all the way.
And McGuanago has gotten the ball right on to the inside, taking it right to the basket first 3 times.
This is Bruce Thielke. Cross court to Trimble. Tied up by Ohm. Now back on top. Peavy to the lane. Got it. No. Call for the traveling first.
And I think we're seeing an early indication that Peavy would like to take the ball to the basket, take it right down the lane, and either make the shot or dish off.
Whitefish Bay's first turnover of the game. Quickly, McGuanago comes down. Zanin back to Brown. Drives baseline. Fires. Can't get the roll. And Damian Perry comes out with the rebound.
McGuanago doing a good job taking the ball to the basket.
Thielke thought about the 3. Now drives inside. Nice move to the hoop.
And almost was whistled for the traveling call. He faked up, didn't leave the floor, and then took it to the basket and scored with a left-handed layup.
Whitefish Bay back on top, 5-4. 6:10 to play in the first quarter. Shucklebear tries to get it, can't. And here comes Ernie Peavy for the Blue Dukes. Whitefish Bay out quickly. Peavy dishes it off on the baseline. Perry hits it.
Peavy penetrating, dishing off. Perry following it up on the baseline, laying it in.
Whitefish Bay doing a good job early of going to the hoop, Eli.
Well, both teams taking the ball to the basket well.
Eric Olm inside.
And Jeff, that's what we're talking about. McGuanago right back inside to Olm for the turn spin shot layup.
We talked about it early on in the telecast. Neither team bashful about putting up their shots. Perry for 3, can't get it. Schonow with the rebound. Here comes Tony Zanin. Pulls up, gets his own rebound. Up again, can't get it. Trimble with the rebound underneath.
And Zanin took the ball right into the paint.
Peavy looking for an opening. Now brings it on top to Thielke. Inside, Trimble, turnaround, got it.
Now Trimble, the 6'2" center for Whitefish Bay, and a solid center in there. Husky, 6'2", made that turnaround jump shot.
Trimble's first 2 of the game. A 3-point Blue Duke lead. Nice pass inside to Schluckelbeer, but he traveled with the basketball.
Well, and they ran a nice cut off the screen on the backside. And Schluckelbeer was all alone for the layup and was looking for the defense to come and faked and shuffled his feet.
Both teams getting good shots on offense early on.
Yeah, that's the truth, Jeff. Those are all high percentage shots.
The long-range jumper is still good by Tim Frank. And a foul will go on Bruce Fielke.
Well, he tried to reach in from behind and knock the ball away, and he did knock the ball away, but he drew the foul.
There's Bruce Fielke, the son of head coach Jeff Fielke.
Man-to-man defense by Whitefish Bay.
Schluckelbeer looks for an opening. Peavy is there to intercept the pass. 1-on-3, and the steal goes the other way to McGuanago.
And that's the time when it's 1-on-3, you might slow it up and look for some help.
Schluckelbeer tried to force it inside. Player control foul on Troy Schluckelbeer.
And here we see Schluckelbeer going to the basket. He lost control of the ball and then ran into Ernie Peavy, who set up and took the charge. Probably just a case of being a little over-anxious, and some of that showing at both ends of the court, Jeff.
Here's Peavy. Frank driving. He lost it. McGuanago will come the other way. Both teams now with 3 turnovers in the early going.
And when you get up and down the court and score 70 points, or expect to, there'll be some turnovers.
Schoenau misses from the outside, and foul's going to go on Tony Zanin trying to get the rebound.
One of the biggest things in rebounding is position. And Tony Zanin just didn't have good position, but tried to reach over the back, and that's so often you pick up the foul.
Here comes Al McShepard into the ball game for Whitefish Bay. He almost single-handedly brought Whitefish Bay back in their sectional final against Oconomowoc. Whitefish Bay down by 15 at the start of the 4th, and McShepard just kind of took over and hit the game winner. Peavy from the outside for 3.
And Ernie Peavy showing why he's the leading scorer for his team with an average 17 to 18 points a game.
Player of the year in the North Shore Conference.
Whitefish Bay, man-to-man. Nice fake.
Shot inside good, and now it's a 12-8 ball game.
Bill Schoenau, good fake, got his defensive man off his feet to get the shot.
Traveling violation goes against Ernie Peavy.
Peavy took the ball, trying to penetrate, took the ball into a double team. And with the double team, just lost his balance a little bit, called for traveling when he was probably looking to try to hit someone underneath of that pass.
The turnovers in the game. Whitefish Bay with 4, McGuanago with 3. Schluckelbeer from the outside, can't get it. McShepard with the rebound. Here come the Blue Dukes. Trimble from the baseline.
Jeff, it doesn't take him very long to get a shot up there.
Well, neither one of these teams wasting any time. Zanin fires, and he draws the foul.
Bruce Fielke off balance a little bit, trying to cut him off in the lane, and Fielke drew his second foul.
Getting set to come into the ball game. Corey Hammond. Bruce Fielke with those 2 personals will go to the bench. And we will take a timeout on the floor. So it's a 12-8 ball game with Whitefish Bay on top. Back at the Fieldhouse after these messages from our statewide sponsors, Menards and Senex Land O'Lakes. This is your WYAA Network Station.
Get ready for a shower of savings in Menards Plumbing and Bath Department. Handheld and fixed head shower kits by Plum Shop are on sale now. Treat yourself to this adjustable spray shower head for just $8.99. Add beauty to your bath with a tub or shower door from Killer. Choose from many stylish designs, like this swan design tub door on sale for only $49.99. Hurry in for big plumbing and bath savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Celebrate Country Spirit Days at your Senex Orlando Lakes Cooperative with these great sale prices. Stock up on lubricants and take advantage of the best price of the season. Buy a 20-pound propane cylinder filled with Senex propane for just $22.95. And treat your dog to Hardy Champion dog food. Sale priced at just $5.69. Plus register to win a Case IH tractor, the grand prize drawing in the Country Spirit Day sweepstakes. For great Country Spirit Days value, see your Senex Orlando Lakes Cooperative.
Whitefish Bay on top by a score of 12-8. Mukwonago, their first trip to the state tournament. Keith Branstad was saying, read one of the articles in the paper. He says, not many people know where Mukwonago is. They think all we do is milk cows over there. He said, but hey, we got a pretty good basketball team.
Well, I'm sure he's exaggerating a little bit. Mukwonago, well-known school, and they play good, solid basketball.
Holm inside, can't get the first one, but good second effort by Eric Holm.
Well, that's one of the keys to being a good offensive rebounder. You miss that shot. When you miss your own shot, right back up, get the rebound and put it back in.
Holm with 4 points. Mukwonago within 2. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Trimble driving the lane. Oh, nice shot. Boy, falling away and he hit it.
Trimble showed good balance on that shot. That's one of the things. Sometimes you keep your head up, you keep good balance, and you can hit that shot.
Trimble with 4 points. Comes into the game averaging 10. Schoenau on a baseline. Forced that one a little bit. Trimble with the rebound. Nice pass ahead to McShepard, but he couldn't hold on.
McShepard was running the court very well.
Hammond tried and couldn't get it to go down. Tom Schoenau getting set to come into the ball game for Mukwonago. This is Eric Holm on top.
Mukwonago running the flex offense, cutter underneath, and scores.
Nice job that time by Bill Schoenau, hitting Troy Schluckabeer underneath. Schluckabeer's first 2.
Mukwonago has shot the ball well throughout the season. Of course, they're running a high percentage offense, getting the ball inside.
Trimble looking for an opening. Drives, can't get it. Rebound. And ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bluebirds.
Schluckabeer knocked the ball out of his hands across the end line.
Here's Tom Schoenau. He replaces his brother Bill Schoenau.
Tom Schoenau, just a sophomore.
Peavy for 3, can't get it. McShepard battles. Tom Schoenau with the rebound. Here comes Tony Zanin. Indians trail by 2. And the turnaround no good by Schoenau.
Peavy up high on the rebound.
Hammond driving, gets the roll. Corey Hammond's first 2 of the game.
Hammond with good penetration, a good penetrating drive. It opened up, he took it all the way and laid it in.
Holm on top at the 3-point line.
Here's a cutter under the basket. They look for him.
Brown drives, scores.
Jeff, we're seeing some pretty high percentage shots because most of those shots that we've seen have been in the paint.
6 points for Matt Brown. Approaching the end of the first quarter. McShepard. Peavy to Hammond, driving again. Can't get the shot to go, but Corey Hammond will go to the free throw line.
Oh, Whitefish Bay doing a good job taking the ball inside, taking it to the basket. McShepard screening down. Hammond coming off the screen, taking the pass, penetrating right to the basket.
Kyle Pennington into the ball game for Mukwonago. Corey Hammond at the free throw line. Jeff Shielke was telling us this guy comes in, he looks like he's out of control, but really he's not. He's a spark plug for us. He gets us going a lot of times.
Well, he's that type of player, kind of an inspirational leader.
He's always a guy that's a real rah-rah kind of guy at halftime. Come on, guys, we can beat these guys. He's a real spark plug.
Well, and you need that. Every ball club needs that kind of a guy, especially in some of those come-from-behind games.
Hammond missed both free throws. Mukwonago going to try and get a last shot off. They have to hurry, though. Brown can't get it to go, so we played a quarter of basketball with Whitefish Bay on top, 16-14. More of the 75th Annual Boys State Tournament in a moment. This is your WIAA Network station.
This WIAA tournament game is being brought to you in part by Lakeland Sports Center. Boats and truck caps sold factory direct.
Look at this top-of-the-line 16-foot fishing boat. It's the guide's choice. It comes with a 40-horse Mariner motor, custom-built trailer, all for $57.95. And at Lakeland, we'd never think of charging you for freighter setup. Look at these large casting decks. Live well, storage, tachometer, speedometer, voltmeter, and the boat comes with 4 seats. Lakeland boat, Mariner motor, with trailer, $57.95. Price good through March 25th or while inventory lasts. $57.95, and all you add is water.
You'll get extra savings this week in Wisconsin's largest and newest Broyhill Gallery Showcase. The Broyhill Gallery Showcase event this week at Culver's.
At Meineke, your bill won't go up just because your car does. Instead, when you come to Meineke, you get a free undercar inspection. We'll check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. If there's no problem, we tell you and send you on your way. If there is a problem, we'll explain it, answer all your questions, and give you the price before any work begins. So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Sledgehammer, Sunday morning at 11.
Whitefish Bay with a 2-point lead. We told you Matt Brown is one of the guys who's having a great tournament. He's having a good game early on here.
Here he does an excellent job taking the ball right to the basket, keeping his head up, watching the ball hit the glass and go in.
Brown with 6 points early on from McGuanago. Bill Schoenau back into the lineup now.
Whitefish Bay playing a man-to-man, running against the flex offense. There's the cut underneath, the pass, and scores.
We've seen that play about 3 or 4 times. That time Schluckebeer able to convert. His 4th point.
That's just a great basic option off the flex offense.
Peavy all the way.
And that was a Peavy offense. A one-on-one, take it to the goal and score.
He is the guy that really Whitefish Bay counts on. Schluckebeer driving again. He's being assertive early in the game here. And the foul underneath.
He attempted to block that shot and drew the foul.
Lots of bodies flying around in there, Eli.
Yeah, and you can see the attempted block. Tim Frank, 35, draws the foul.
Tom Schoenau at the free throw line. 82% free throw shooter, the best free throw shooter for the Indians.
Well, when you talk about an 82% free thrower, you're talking about a kid that hits a tremendous percentage.
82% is good in high school, college, or the pros.
Any place.
Second shot, no good. The lead is 1 for Whitefish Bay. 7:14 to play till halftime. Trimble draws a crowd, can't get it to go. Bill Schoenau with the rebound. So we've got Bill and Tom Schoenau both into the ball game for the Indians.
And setting the flex offense.
Matt Brown from the outside. Trimble way up in the air for the rebound. Here comes Peavy for Whitefish Bay. On top to Bruce Thielke for 3.
And that'll make the coach happy. And especially when he's your dad.
Well, that's one of the things that Bruce Thielke does particularly well, right around that 3-point line.
Well, with Peavy being a great driver, it gives him a good balance.
Bill Schoenau's shot no good. Here comes Whitefish Bay. Peavy fires again. And Bill Schoenau with the rebound, but knocked away by Al McShepard. On top to Peavy, he resets the offense.
5-man motion type offense. They screen down, work the ball back to the point. They screen down and post up. Here we see the action.
McShepard driving, blocked beautifully by Bill Schoenau.
Bill Schoenau, an excellent jumper.
Thielke looking for someone. Now gets it to Peavy, to the baseline. Back to McShepard, and the ball knocked away. Matt Brown comes down to it. Brown lost the ball out of bounds. Never did quite get control of it.
Well, it was slipping away from him, and he was going to try to make a move to the basket, and in turn, the ball got away from him.
Take a look at the first quarter statistics. Whitefish Bay, 50%. They're getting some good shots as well. McGuanago has been getting some high percentage shots. He just hasn't been able to put them in.
Well, both teams getting excellent shots. Free throws 2 out of 2 from McGuanago. Whitefish Bay 0 for 2, so not a lot of free throws at this point. Whitefish Bay 2 out of 5 in three-point shots, and that was the difference in putting them ahead by 2 points at the quarter.
More substitutions from McGuanago. Kevin Tetzlaff, or check that. Yeah, Kevin Tetzlaff into the ball game now for McGuanago, and Tony Zanin comes back in. Fielky to Trimble.
McGuanago, man-to-man defense, just as Whitefish Bay plays man-to-man.
McShepard, boy, does he leap.
Al McShepard, the guy that brought him back in the sectional in the second half in their great comebacks, and he just took that ball at the basket. He was over the crowd that time.
He's got a 42-inch vertical leap, so he can get way up.
And we know that for a fact because that's what he told us yesterday.
Tetzlaff, his first shot, no good.
Trimble, the big guy, bringing the ball down.
Whitefish Bay now with a chance to open it up a little bit. Peavy, got it.
And Peavy showing a balance to the inside game, taking it to the basket, right there pulling up and hitting that jumper.
Blue Dukes have opened up their biggest lead. They're up by 8, 25-17. More state tournament coverage after a word from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance Companies and Marshfield Clinic. This is your WIAA network station.
How long will the memories linger? How soon will the photographs fade? Have the years slipped through our fingers? Has tomorrow become yesterday?
How quickly the days turn into years. That's why you should talk to your rural insurance agent about life insurance before tomorrow becomes yesterday.
Has tomorrow become yesterday?
My friends were shocked, leaving LA, the beaches, the restaurants, the warm weather. But I'm here. The staff's outstanding. I can consult, discuss cases with nearly 300 specialists, still do my research, write papers. Main thing, spending a lot more time with patients. This small town in central Wisconsin, where else would I find such a warm and caring climate?
Marshfield Clinic, an American institution since 1916.
Jeff Lenz and Eli Krogan back at the fieldhouse in Madison. Whitefish Bay has opened up a 25-17 lead. Eli, they've been doing a nice job both inside and outside.
Well, Whitefish Bay is they're just getting some excellent shots, and Ernie Peavy is really keying that offense.
Well, we told you it was McGuanago's first trip to state. It's been a long time for Whitefish Bay, 1967. Bill Schoenau can't get it to go.
Well, you won't get a much better shot than that. He posted up well, got the ball in there, and got a good shot.
McShepard to Perry, back inside to McShepard, way up, and can't get the roll. Zanin with the rebound. Indians could use a hoop.
Well, this is a big basket right here.
Zanin just can't get it to go.
They really need one.
Here's Peavy all the way to the hoop. Can't get it. Eric Ohm with the rebound. Just kind of nudged Ernie Peavy out of the way.
Well, you're going to see some contact under the hoop, and there's that basket we were talking about. They needed it bad.
Troy Schluckerbeer with 2 more. His 6th point of the evening.
Here's Filkey looking inside to McShepard for the possible lob pass.
Trimble from the outside.
And Trimble at 6'2", showing a good touch from the outside as well as being able to post up and set some screens inside.
Russ Trimble with 6 points. It's a 27-19 lead. Bill Schoenau can't get it. Here comes Peavy. Duke's trying to run. Going to the hoop. And the foul will be before the shot. Don't count the basket.
And Ernie Peavy is a tough kid to handle. Here we see him a little inside move, and he goes outside, draws the foul.
Just a little hand on the chest there by Kevin Tetzlaff.
Right, on number 21. But a good quick move to the basket.
Both teams with 4 team fouls. Goes way out on top to Peavy. Peavy really trying to go to the inside almost every time, and he's had a lot of success with it.
Well, McGuanago had 2 guys at the free throw line, and he split the seam, went between them, and pulled up and hit a tough jumper.
Whitefish Bay, 9-point lead, their biggest of the game. A 10-point lead, rather. 9 points now for Ernie Peavy.
And an excellent pass inside, and he just didn't get the layup down. He didn't get it over the rim.
Trimble, nice move to the hoop. Damian Perry tried to tip it in. Foul's going to go on Russ Trimble.
Well, Whitefish Bay had 1 attempt and the second attempt, and then drew the foul with the attempt on that offensive rebound. The McGuanago bench is saying, block them out. Don't give them those second and third shots.
Matt Brown back into the ball game. Tetzlaff goes to the bench.
Whitefish Bay with that 29-19 lead has opened up the biggest lead of the ball game and playing very well.
This is Bill Schonow looking for his first point. Finally gets it. Bill Schonow, their leading scorer, comes in averaging 14 points. He, along with Troy Schleckelbeer, both averaging about 14 points a game, so good to see him on the board if you're a McGuanago fan.
Well, Jeff, it's important to see him get on track to help McGuanago's offense get going. McGuanago, man-to-man defense. Troy Schleckelbeer has a big job on Ernie Peavy.
Get a good look at how that offense develops for Whitefish Bay. Thielke, nice move, weaves his way down the lane.
Well, and he used his body very well to protect away from the defensive man, laid the ball in with a kind of a sidearm right-handed move.
Thielke with 7. Back to a 10-point lead for Whitefish Bay. Inside again to Schleckelbeer. Can't get it. Rebound. No. Trimble with the board for Whitefish Bay. Stolen away. And Old comes out of there with it. To the hoop. Can't get it. Schleckelbeer. Yes.
About 6 attempts. A lot of them near layups. And they finally got the ball down. I think McGuanago bench wondered if the ball was ever going to drop.
That got the McGuanago crowd going. Perry from the outside. Thielke with the rebound and sets it up. From the baseline, in and out. Ahead on the break. Schonow can't quite handle it. That was a tough pass to try and catch for Bill Schonow.
Well, they gave him a lead pass because Bill Schonow was outrunning everyone going to the basket, and he just didn't quite get there. The pass led him a little too much. It hit the floor. When it hit the floor, he tried to scoop it in one hand and take it up, and just bobbled the ball a little bit and traveled.
Bruce Thielke goes to the bench. Tim Frank in.
5-man motion offense, pass and cut.
Can't do it any better than that.
And Jeff, one of the oldest plays in basketball, the give and go, and it scores 2 points.
Under a minute to play, a 10-point lead for Whitefish Bay. 11 points now for Ernie Peavy. Schonow trying to get on track. Can't get it to go down.
Well, it's kind of frustrating for him. Bill Schonow is shaking his head out there as he walks to the free throw line. And those are shots that he's made all year and has established himself as a fine scorer. But in this first half, they're not going down, but he can't give up on his game.
Well, Keith Brandstetter hoping that Bill Schonow starts to get those to drop pretty soon. So he'll go to the free throw line. Just 2 points for him. Russ Trimble comes out of the basketball game.
Peter Swenson, number 43, into the game for Whitefish Bay.
Schonow gets it to go. Plays tennis, plays soccer, and he's got a 3.3 grade point average. Good all-around athlete and scholar as well.
Fine athlete from McGuanago. He can hit it from the free throw line.
Eight-point lead for Whitefish Bay. 40 seconds to play. Perry from the outside for 3.
and that was a tough shot. The defense was up. That gives them a 36-25 lead.
The biggest lead for Whitefish Bay at 11. 8 points for Damian Perry. Schluckabeer driving. Nice move inside. He'll go to the free throw line.
And it's a good thing they keep taking that ball right to the basket, and they're trying to make something good happen, and that's how you make it happen, by taking the ball to the basket.
Peter Swenson draws his first personal.
Mukwonago is trailing 36-25, but Keith, Jeff, they've gotten just excellent shots inside. Hit second and third shots. That ball just hasn't been dropping for him.
Schluckabeer in particular, you know, he plays guard, but it seems like most of his points have come inside off those plays inside. He's been backdooring it a lot.
Off a back screen down on the block. When I said Keith, I was thinking of Keith Brandstetter, the Mukwonago coach, and it's been frustrating for him.
And he gets the roll on the second free throw. 9-point lead. You see the time left. Ernie Peavy says one shot.
They'd like to get the shot under 10 seconds, set it up at 10, get the shot under 5, and then Whitefish Bay is saying no foul if we miss the shot.
Nice pass to Swenson at the buzzer. That's the way to finish off a half. Whitefish Bay has opened up an 11-point lead after 2 quarters of basketball. Back with more state tournament action following these words from the folks who bring you our coverage statewide. Menards and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. This is your WIAA network station.
Wisconsin is famous for milk as fresh, pure, and wholesome as Wisconsin itself. And the great tasting dairy products we make from our milk. That's why wherever you go in America, you'll find more and more people looking for dairy products made right here in Wisconsin. Look for them in your supermarket. They're America's dairy best. Homegrown in Wisconsin.
Brighten your walls with help from Menards and Glidden paints. Glidden's spread satin interior latex paint dries quickly to a durable flat finish. Choose from several pre-mixed colors, just $8.88 a gallon. And save on Glidden spread texture paint. It covers and refinishes old cracked walls and ceilings. Choose from smooth or sand texture, just $7.99 a gallon. Paint with Glidden and save this week at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Back at the Fieldhouse in Madison, Whitefish Bay with a 38-27 lead. Great way to end the half, Eli.
Well, we said the shot under 5. Here's Peavy penetrates, gets the pass to Swenson, and he lays it in with 1 second to go. You see his clock flash to 1 second, and that's the way to end the half if you're Whitefish Bay.
And when Ernie Peavy goes to the glass, you really have to respect him because he can do it. And they've been hitting from the outside as well.
The 3 by Damian Perry right before that.
So it is a 38-27 lead at halftime. Whitefish Bay with the looking pretty good actually as far as his first half is going. And standing by on the other side of the court, Dwayne Mosley getting set to take charge, and he's got a very special guest. Dwayne?
Very much so. All right, thanks a lot, Jeff Lenzen. And yes, we have the head basketball coach of the Wisconsin Badgers with us, Steve Yoder. And you know, I look back over the course of your season, Coach, and I look at these games that are decided by a few points, and I know you came so close, just a few points would have made an awful difference. And yeah, you probably would have been one of those 7 Big Ten teams in the NCAAs.
Well, it shows the strength of our league, Dwayne, when you have 7 teams out of your league in the NCAA tournament. We're an 8th place team. We're the next team, and of course we don't have a winning record, and that's what hurt us. But our kids played hard for us all year. They represented us well, lost a lot of close ball games. We'll be better on the perimeter next year, and that's the key.
Talking about next year, I know you have a couple of youngsters, one by the name of Cass Weaver that I'm sure you're looking forward to, and Lewis Eli also.
Well, that's true. And then Carlton McGee, a kid who hadn't played all year out of Milwaukee, is going to be an excellent, excellent player for us, along with Jason Johnson and Grant Johnson, a couple other kids who were redshirted this year.
You know, talking about the NCAA tournament, going back to the maybe the topic of a Big Ten postseason tournament, are we getting closer to that, Steve, or not?
Well, you know what I'd like to see him do is I'd like to see him open the tournament play up to all the schools in Division I and split the proceeds evenly. Just let everybody in. It'd take it probably a week longer. You get a true champion that way. Go ahead and seed teams if you want to. But there's an awful lot of money being made today, and I think they'd be better off if they just put everybody in and split the money equally amongst all the schools.
The 7 teams in the NCAAs out of the Big Ten, do you have a personal favorite that you think might get to that Final Four?
Well, I'd like to see Michigan State get there. I really would. Purdue's another team that I think is pretty good, and we played both those teams really tough. But you're going to have some luck along the way. Maybe Michigan State had some of that luck today that you need by winning in overtime.
75-71 final, I know that. As for yourself, I'm sure you and the rest of your staff spending numerous hours traveling and doing a lot of recruiting around the country. For the head coach during the course of a season, how much of that can you yourself really get involved in?
Well, I was in Detroit last night to see 2 high school games, tournament games. Came back in here today. I go to Indianapolis tomorrow. I'm in 2 prospects' homes on Sunday in Chicago. Come back Monday and go down to Southern Illinois and down into St. Louis on Wednesday. So we're rather busy this time of year, and it's just something you have to do. But we're looking at a lot of juniors right now, too. We have 2 scholarships left. And we'll probably use those if we get the kind of players we're looking for. If we don't, we'll bank them.
Coach, thanks a lot for stopping by and being a part of our halftime show. And to you and your staff and your team, continue the very best. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
All right, Steve Yoder, the men's head basketball coach, University of Wisconsin. We'll be back to the Fieldhouse after these local words. This is your WIAA network station.
A great American adventure awaits you in a land you've only seen in your mind's eye. Dakota, South Dakota. Here, legends of the Old West come alive. The adventure is real. And then, what you've waited to see. Mount Rushmore. Bigger than you ever imagined. Travel information is free. Dakota, South Dakota.
You'll look more attractive in the latest styles of eyewear found at the Stein Optical Spring Fashion Show. This week, discover styles from Modern Optical. Be provocative. Get moonstruck. Experience a conquest. Live in scandal. See infinity. With clip-on sunglasses included. For high fashion at affordable prices, see the new styles from Modern Optical now at the Stein Optical Spring Fashion Show.
We're making you look better every day.
The Europeans make fine luxury cars. We know Lexus has acquired thousands of them in trades for our Lexus LS 400 in just over 4 months. Check out the rate of exchange at Lexus of Brookfield.
You're watching WIAA Boys Basketball here on Super 18, WVTV Milwaukee.
Whitefish Bay leading McWanago 38-27, and we send it back across the way to our announcers Jeff Lenson and Eli Krogan.
Thank you very much, Dwayne. We talked about it early on in the telecast. Teams like to have the score around 70-38 at halftime for Whitefish Bay. That's just about where they want to be, Eli.
Well, they're right on track to get into the 70-75 area throughout the game in the second half. But, you know, at 27, McWanago isn't that far off either because they had a lot of shots that didn't drop, and those were good shots. So there wasn't anything wrong with the way they were running their offense or what they were trying to accomplish. And we could very easily see a game in the 70s.
Now, we see 9 of 30, but it seemed like they were getting a lot of, like you said, a lot of shots from the 10-foot range that just weren't going down.
That's a frustrating 9 of 30, and Whitefish Bay shooting 17-33 for 51%. Free throws, though, McWanago helped themselves, making 9 out of 10. 3-point goals, Whitefish Bay, as we said at the end of the quarter. Now they're 4 out of 8. And the rebounding stayed pretty even, 18-19, as far as Whitefish Bay with the 1 advantage. And turnovers all even at 6 apiece, and a good excellent ball game.
That's really the story, that three-point area, 4 of 8. That's 12 points that McGuanago hasn't hit.
Yeah, that's the difference, and also the difference is that frustration of 9 out of 30 and shooting just 30%, because McGuanago has had the kind of shots where they could have shot 50%.
Schluckerbeer with 10, Brown with 6 for McGuanago, Peavy with 11, and Perry with 8 for Whitefish Bay. And of course, lots more basketball action coming up tomorrow as well. Class C and B action. There's the Class B brackets. Berlin against Monona Grove and Altoona against Freedom. That takes place tomorrow afternoon. The morning session, Oliva Strom against Prentice in Class C. Darlington at Pittsville. We start our coverage tomorrow morning at 9:35. Back with the second half of play from the Fieldhouse in Madison after these messages. This is your WIAA network station.
A great American adventure awaits you in a land you've only seen in your mind's eye. Dakota, South Dakota. Here, legends of the Old West come alive. The adventure is real. And then, what you've waited to see. Mount Rushmore. Bigger than you ever imagined. Travel information is free. Dakota, South Dakota.
The war. Ford Ranger. Chevy S10. Which has more cab space? Which has more horsepower? Which has more features for less money? In war, there's only one winner. Now save $2,500 on a Ford Ranger.
All set for the second half of play between Whitefish Bay and McGuanago, the Blue Dukes, with an 11-point lead. Appleton East and Madison East. Right after this contest, they'll play the winner of this game. Appleton East 22-2 against Madison East at 17-7. If you're the McGuanago coach, Keith Branstetter, what are you telling your kids? Just kind of keep playing the way you are?
But their kids, the McGuanago kids, are playing well against the man-to-man. They're getting good shots. They're running the flex offense very well. I don't know that they have to change anything. I think maybe it's just a little concentration in getting the ball to drop. So really, they don't really have to change.
On the other end, Ernie Peavy really doing a nice job of taking it to the McGuanago defense.
Well, Ernie Peavy has kind of been the story of the first half, but they've also had good balance. And Peavy kind of makes it happen, and the supporting cast steps right in, and that's the reason that they're up 38-27.
Perry with 8 points. He's done a nice job. Russ Trimble's been pretty aggressive offensively as well.
Well, for Whitefish Bay, where Peavy penetrates to the basket as well as he does, and then Damon Perry can hit the threes on the outside, and Thielke can hit the threes. So when you sag in and double team Peavy, he can dish it back out or hit somebody on the baseline.
Bruce Thielke liking the way things are turning out right now. We start the second half of play. Whitefish Bay has the ball. Ernie Peavy with the basketball. Damian Perry inside to Trimble. Back to Perry from the outside, way up in the air. Schluckerbeer with the rebound. Looks ahead to Matt Brown. And wisely knocks it out of bounds off of Damian Perry. Just couldn't quite hold on to that ball, Eli, so did the next best thing and knocked it off Damian Perry.
Well, the pass led him a little bit too much, and he was going out of bounds and threw it off Perry.
So Zanin will inbound the ball. To Schluckerbeer. Inside to Bill Schonau, who had a quiet first half, and he couldn't get it to go down there. Eric Ohm underneath.
Eric Ohm on the offensive board is a big factor. Got the rebound, put it back in, and Bill Schonau had a good shot, and those shots will drop as the game goes along.
Ohm with 6 points. Trimble the other way, can't get it to go. Tony Zanin tries to come out of there with it, and he will, I believe, draw the foul on Ernie Peavy.
Ernie Peavy tried to force that turnover and reached in and got a hold of him and drew the foul. Tony Zanin was coming out of there and starting that fast break.
Whitefish Bay picking up full court. That's Bruce Thielke playing the man-to-man defense on Tony Zanin.
And both teams have stayed with that man-to-man. Here's motion underneath.
Schluckerbeer, nice drive to the basket. Boy, Troy Schluckerbeer is doing a nice job roaming that baseline, Eli.
Schluckerbeer came right back off the screen on the baseline and went out toward the corner and then brought the ball right to the basket and drew the foul.
Comes in averaging 14 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and 3 assists.
And he's a good aggressive player. He takes the ball to the basket well.
His 11th point of the evening. Brandstetter says he is their best defensive player as well. Defense is really his specialty. They put him on the toughest offensive player.
Well, and that's a credit to a ball player. When you're not only a good offensive player, but you can play the best player on the other team. And right now he's playing Peavy, and that's a big assignment, as we said in the first half.
Peavy dumps it to Trimble, can't get it to go. Schleckelbeer with another rebound. Looks ahead to Ulm, decides to go otherwise. Almost knocked away by Peavy. Nice dish to Ulm, but he can't get it to go. They're drawing a foul, though, on Ernie Peavy.
That was a nice pass, just an excellent pass. He knew the cut was going to be made on the baseline right there. Schleckelbeer makes that pass. Peavy fouls Ulm as he goes to the basket.
Eric Ulm to the free throw line. Peavy with his second personal foul. Ulm looking for his 7th point of the evening. 6'4", 240. Can you guess that he's an all-conference football player with that kind of body?
You certainly could.
He's going to Air Force on a football scholarship.
Well, it's kind of nice when a big, strong kid like this has the agility to go out there and perform well on the basketball court, and I think it's a good combination.
A 3.7 grade point average.
And that's another important factor.
On his way to the Air Force Academy. The lead is cut to 5 now, so McGuanago done a good job coming out here at the start of the second half and chipping away at this Whitefish Bay lead.
Well, Jeff, they always say the first 3 minutes of the second half are a very important time period, very important 3 minutes to come out and establish yourselves in the second half.
Peavy, nice move to the hoop. Well, he really goes in there under control, doesn't he, Eli?
Well, and you would expect your best player to answer that run, and Ernie Peavy comes in with a short jumper in the lane after a nice penetrating drive.
Cross court to Bill Schonow. Decides to fire. Maybe that'll get him going a little bit.
Well, he had a hand right in his face. That ball was almost tipped, and he hits one of his first baskets. I think he had 4 free throws. That may be his first basket. Put him at 6.
You're exactly right, Eli. It's his first field goal of the game.
40-35.
Fielke dishes it out to McShepard. He lost the ball. We'll have a jump ball, and the possession arrow goes to McGuanago. Indians now with a chance to cut this lead down to 3 or 2.
Well, Jeff, and what else is going to McGuanago is some of the momentum right here. And Whitefish Bay has 3 fouls in this half. McGuanago 0.
Well, you talk about momentum. There it is, Eli. 8-2 in this quarter.
And that's the first 3 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes of the quarter.
Brown can't get that one to go down. Here comes Peavy. To Damian Perry. Fielke at the 3-point line.
And a big basket. A big 3.
10 for Bruce Fielke. That's a momentum buster, isn't it?
Well, it is. When a scorer gets the 5 points difference, 40-35, and then he hits a long 3.
Ulm looking inside.
McGuanago running the flex. The cutter goes underneath.
Schleckelbeer traveled with the basketball.
Well, he thought he saw an opening, and he did. He split the seam well, going right down the middle of the lane, and looked like he kind of tripped, and kind of tripped into a traveling violation.
The 7th turnover for McGuanago. 4:50 to play in the third, an 8-point lead for the Blue Dukes. Peavy to the hoop again, blocked by Schonow, but Peavy draws the foul.
And he was fouled on the floor before, and we'll see number 20 right there, reach in, bumped him on the hip, drew the foul before the block shot.
Tony Zannon's second personal foul.
Nice camera work on the replay.
That will send Ernie Peavy to the free throw line. Working on a 13-point evening. And can't get one to go down. He said the player of the year in the North Shore Conference.
Well, and he's played that way in this ball game.
Peavy comes away empty at the free throw line.
And that probably doesn't happen very often.
The long three is no good for Sluckabeer. Perry with the rebound. Filkey directing traffic.
Peavy starting that motion offense.
Frank dishes to Peavy, can't get it. Zanin comes out of there with it.
That was a nice pass by Frank as he penetrated the lane.
Zanin tries to dish to Ulm, knocked away and taken away by Whitefish Bay.
Both teams taking the ball to the basket very well.
Perry to the hoop. McShepard with the rebound.
And that's where Al McShepard is at his best. On the missed shot, rebounding the ball, putting it back in. He's an inside player who jumps very well.
Tom Schoenau getting set to come into the ball game for McGuanago. Inside, Ulm off the glass and good.
And that time Ulm, by positioning well, took McShepard up to the free throw line and down the side. That excellent position and put the ball in off the glass.
Nice dish again. Peavy to Perry.
Peavy to Perry and nice penetration. We're seeing two teams take the ball to the basket probably as well as most teams in the state.
Nice pass inside Schoenau, but Sluckabeer can't get it to go down. Whitefish Bay on top by Kemp. Frank driving. Inside, Peavy. The rebound, no.
And again, two more layup attempts.
Zanin pulls up. Hard off the glass. Frank now goes back outside to Bruce Filkey.
We usually start with Peavy at the top of the key, setting that motion offense. Green down, they pop out. McShepard at the free throw line now. They're moving him down to the block.
Frank looking for an opening. Perry for three, in and out. McShepard way up in the air. Saved by Frank, but it'll go to McGuanago.
McShepard high above the crowd and almost put that back in.
Some substitutions and a timeout on the floor. So Whitefish Bay with a 47-37 lead. Back after these words from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance Companies and Senex Land O'Lakes. This is your WYAA network station.
Celebrate Country Spirit Days at your Senex or Land O'Lakes Cooperative with these great sale prices. Our Quality Solar 400 tire is on sale for as low as $29.95, and our top grade truck tire is on sale for as low as $55.95. Take charge with our 12-volt battery, sale priced at just $44.95. Plus register to win a Case IH tractor, the grand prize drawing in the Country Spirit Day sweepstakes. For great Country Spirit Days value, see your Senex or Land O'Lakes Cooperative.
After the games, there are two more significant trophies to be presented. The WIAA Boys and Girls Sportsmanship Awards, sponsored by the rural companies. Presented to the schools which demonstrate the best spirit of fellowship and good conduct, these awards recognize the true spirit of the games. The rural companies support these high ideals and are proud to sponsor these trophies because we truly believe it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
2:07 left to play in the third quarter. It's a 10-point lead for Whitefish Bay over the McGuanago Indians. Blue Duke fans liking the way things are going right now.
Well, and the Blue Duke fans wear shirts that say, just do it. And right now at 47-37, they're doing it. 3-point field goals. McGuanago 0 for 3. Whitefish Bay keeping that decided edge at 5 out of 11.
Boy, 5-11 on 3-point field goals. That's a great percentage. Ulm with the rebound inside, got it to go.
Ulm big and strong on the offensive board. Got that rebound and just forced it back up and in.
12 points for Eric Ulm. Tim Frank on top.
Matched up with Eric Ulm in the man-to-man defense by McGuanago. Whitefish Bay opens it up a little bit and then tries to penetrate that middle.
Down to 1:25 to play. TV on top. Back to Fielke. Damian Perry looking to drive. He lost the ball. Picked up by Fielke. Back to Frank. On top to Ernie Peavy. Approaching the 1 minute mark in the third quarter. McShepard can't get it to go. Fielke with a nice rebound underneath, but he's on the baseline, so McGuanago now with 58 seconds to play. Chance to cut this thing down to 6.
McGuanago with good, solid man-to-man defense that time. If you notice, they got Whitefish Bay to stand around on offense, and they really didn't make much happen. Shot a short air ball, and the rebound, Fielke stepped on the end line.
I'm sure McGuanago's thinking, hey, let's get this thing down to 6 or 4 after 3 quarters, and we'll be in good shape.
Well, where they were down by 11, and anything they cut it down, if they get down around 5, they know they're in good shape for the fourth quarter.
Bill Schoenau can't get it to go. Tom Schoenau with the rebound. That won't go either. Bill Schoenau's been having a rough time here getting the ball to go in the hoop.
Well, the ball just hasn't dropped for him.
Whitefish Bay now will probably work for one shot down to 25 seconds to play. Trimble to Fielke. 15 to go.
McGuanago man-to-man.
Down to 10. Peavy with 5. Nice spin move. Got it. Shot won't go. So Whitefish Bay with a nice job again at the end of the quarter.
Ernie Peavy with a great one-on-one move.
It's a 49-39 lead for Whitefish Bay. More the 75th Annual Boys State Tournament in a moment. This is your WIAA Network station.
Milwaukee Central Sports Show, March 16th through the 25th at Mecca.
A great American adventure awaits you in a land you've only seen in your mind's eye. Dakota, South Dakota. Here, legends of the Old West come alive. The adventure is real. And then, what you've waited to see. Mount Rushmore. Bigger than you ever imagined. Travel information is free. Dakota, South Dakota.
You'll get extra savings this week in Wisconsin's largest and newest Broyhill Gallery Showcase. The Broyhill Gallery Showcase event this week at Calder's.
Innocent Americans held hostage. Terrorists brought to justice. A true story. No, a world premiere event filmed on board the ship where it actually happened. Voyage of Terror. The Achille Lauro Affair.
Coming to Super 18 this May.
Jeff Lenzen and Eli Krogan back to the Fieldhouse in Madison. One more quarter to play in this Class A quarterfinal game. Whitefish Bay with a 10-point lead.
Well, and this is comeback time as far as McGuanago is concerned. They're 10 down in the fourth quarter.
And Fielke from the outside makes it a 12-point lead. 12 points for Bruce Fielke.
Both teams had excellent comebacks in the sectional finals, and McGuanago is the team behind right now.
The turnover and the foul. Troy Schluckerbeer with the foul.
Schluckerbeer being very aggressive on the play and trying to knock the ball away and make something happen, and got him from behind. His second foul.
Yeah, this isn't a situation that Whitefish Bay has been used to for the last couple of games. They've usually found themselves trailing by about 14 or 15 to start the fourth quarter.
Well, Jeff, we have two teams that, as we said, both had great comebacks in the sectional finals. And now Whitefish Bay finds himself with a 12-point lead. McGuanago, a familiar position, being 12 down.
Both these teams know how to come back from big deficits. Fielke on top.
McGonigal playing that aggressive man-to-man defense.
Damian Perry, nice arching shot from the baseline.
Well, Jeff, as you said, a nice arching shot. He had to adjust that a little bit because the defense was coming over. That extra arch looked just great.
53 to 49, and quickly McGonigal answers with two. Kevin Tetzloff with the jumper.
And it was important that they get that basket to hang in there.
Perry to Peavy. Back to Fielke, thought about the shot, now goes to Trimble. The turnaround, no. Rebound underneath by Matt Brown.
McGonigal needs to put some points on the board each time down.
Brown blocked by Fielke, gets it back, puts it in.
So two big baskets by Brown and Tetzloff the last two times down the court.
8 points for Matt Brown. Frank. Perry for three off the bracket. Zanin coming the other way from McGonigal. Indians with a chance to cut into the lead some more.
I think Bill Shawnow needs to get on track here to help them put some points on the board.
And they go right to him and he draws the foul.
Well, we just had a feeling here that, to come back in the fourth quarter, you need to get your leading scorer involved. And they got the ball into Bill Shawnow, and he drew the foul.
Trimble with the foul, his third. Eli, were you calling that play from the side here for him?
That's a coach's feeling sometimes.
You saw the third personal on Russ Trimble. McGonigal takes the ball out of bounds. Oh, blocked, but a foul's going to go against Tim Frank.
And a good inside pass to the big guy. Eric Ohm, and he draws the foul.
That's a nice shot there. You can really see him get him with the body.
Well, it is, and again, good camera work. It shows that that action inside.
Eric Ohm, his first miss of the evening.
Eric Ohm averages 11 points a game, 9 rebounds.
Well, he's got 12 tonight.
He's been a strong force inside.
Couple of big misses, though, for him with 5:52 to play.
Man-to-man defense. We'll see what kind of patience Whitefish Bay uses now to get the good shot or to penetrate inside.
And the ball thrown away by Perry. And that'll be an over and back call, and it'll go to McGonigal. Indians have had some chances here to cut into this lead the last couple times down.
Well, they have, and they've gotten the ball inside. They're in the bonus now. Whitefish Bay with 5 fouls. McGonigal with just 2 fouls in this half.
Matt Brown goes out. Troy Schluckerbeer comes back in. Zanin into Ohm. And again, Eric Ohm draws the foul. So he'll go right back to the free throw line. The foul's going to go on, I believe, going to go against Tim Frank.
Jeff, and we're going to predict that he's not going to miss twice this time. Here's Zanin getting an excellent pass inside. Nice pass. Draws the foul.
That's going to send Tim Frank to the bench with 4 personals. 5:27 to go.
We might see Eric Ohm following through and holding that follow-through better. And he does. I think sometimes you miss those two, the previous two, and it really ups your concentration level, and you're just not going to let that happen again. See him reach out and follow through and hold that follow-through. Ball comes up a little short, but a good follow-through.
Pressure by McGonigal. Peavy breaks it, goes inside. Nice hit by Damian Perry.
Damian Perry across under the basket, tipped it back. Tips the ball in for a big basket. 55-44.
Perry with 14 points. Schluckerbeer looking to go inside. Now fires it. The rebound by Bill Schoenau.
And the guy that we said had to get on track if they're going to come back, and Bill Schoenau right there on the offensive boards.
Schluckabeer stole the ball from Perry, but Perry got it back.
Two good basketball players. One got the steal, and the other one got it right back.
And this one goes off the foot of Russ Trimble.
And that was due to the aggressive defensive play of Tony Zannon.
Excellent call that time. Excellent call by Stanley Luca. A lot of the fans didn't see it go off the leg of Russ Trimble, but it went right off his leg and out of bounds.
Good call.
Whitefish Bay steals it right back.
That was a hard bounce pass that he just couldn't handle.
Peavy to the hoop. Ernie Peavy with his 17th point. Back to an 11-point lead for Whitefish Bay. 4:11 to go. Nice pass inside, Bill Schoenau.
That was a nice pass, and Bill Schoenau is the guy that we said had to get on track. He's getting on track, and he's helping them come back. They're 9 down.
Thielke for 3.
It's hard to catch up when you get 2 and they answer with a big 3 from the outside.
15 points for Bruce Thielke. Leads back to 12. Holmes driving, can't get it. And Eric Ohm draws another foul. Nice job there by Eric Ohm to go to the hoop and draw the foul.
Eric Ohm at 6'5" and 240. And we see him put the ball down, penetrates into the paint, missed the shot, but drew the foul.
Al McShepard, his first personal. Home with a couple of big free throws. 3:41 left. Indians can't afford to really miss any of these.
He was short last time, and he probably won't be short this time.
Now he overcompensated that time a little bit.
You're right, Jeff. He's up there thinking about the last one that was short. This one was a little bit long. We're saying he won't miss 2.
And the second one is good.
And we were right, Jeff.
Peavy weaving his way through. Tony Zannon with the interception. Quickly ahead, Tetzloff can't handle a pass from Troy Schluckabeer.
Schluckabeer passed that ball off the dribble, put a little extra on it, and it went right through his hands.
With 3:28 to play, we've got a timeout. Whitefish Bay on top 60-49. Back at the Fieldhouse after these words from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. This is your WYAA network station.
It's impressive, challenging. Advanced technology, the resources, the equipment, doing medical research in a modern environment. Researching different diseases, what causes them, how to prevent them. That's why I moved to this little town in central Wisconsin. It's the cooperative spirit among doctors. And patient care, quality care, is always first priority. It's a simple philosophy. We work together to bring the best to our patients.
Marshfield Clinic, an American institution since 1916.
Wisconsin is famous for milk as fresh, pure, and wholesome as Wisconsin itself. And the great tasting dairy products we make from our milk. That's why wherever you go in America, you'll find more and more people looking for dairy products made right here in Wisconsin. Look for them in your supermarket. They're America's dairy best. Homegrown in Wisconsin.
Sometimes it can be a real struggle when you're trying to come back in a basketball game.
Here, aggressive defense. They get the ball back. Schluckabeer passes off the dribble, puts a little extra on it. I think he took his eye off the basketball, maybe looking to make that pass in under the basket or even take it to the basket. And that's all you have to do is take your eye off it for a split second, and it went right through his hands.
You know, it's little things, Eli. Missed free throws, a missed pass here and there, and it really hurts your team when you're trying to come back from a double-figure deficit.
Well, it does, because when you're behind, every possession gets to be that much more important.
Look at the field goal percentage here, Eli. Whitefish Bay shooting pretty well here in the fourth quarter. Look at that. Both teams actually 67 and 63%, McGuanago and Whitefish Bay.
Well, both of them have turned it up on offense from that third quarter.
Fouls on Troy Schluckabeer, his third personal. And Ernie Peavy knocks the ball out of bounds, but it'll go to McGuanago. Peavy thinking that he knocked it off Schluckelbeer's leg. He wanted to go to Whitefish Bay.
And I think the official was pointing out he had stepped on the sideline.
3:20 to play. 11-point Whitefish Bay lead.
Here's a nice pass inside.
And Tom Schonow can't get it to go, but his brother does, Bill Schonow.
And he's picked up the scoring pace in this quarter.
12 now for Bill Schonow. Full court pressure by McGuanago. Indians trying to scratch their way back into this.
Well, they're doing it with aggressive defense, and that's what they need. 3 minutes is a long time to play as long as they play aggressively on defense and make something happen on offense.
Tony Zanin with the personal foul, his third. Again, pressure. Whitefish Bay almost didn't get that one in bounds. Here comes Thielke. Matt Brown on him. And the ball knocked away. It'll go to the Indians. Zanin thought about the three. Schluckelbeer will try it.
And a big three, Jeff.
All of a sudden, the lead is 6.
And we said 3 minutes is a long time. There's still 2 minutes and 45 seconds to play.
Schluckelbeer with 15. McGuanago has turned up the defensive intensity up a notch.
Well, they have, and I think they're at a point where they're going to either go for the steal, or if they foul, they'll stop the clock.
The foul's going to go on Bill Schonow. His first personal. Al McShepard to the free throw line. We talked about him earlier, and he just had a great game in the sectional final against Oconomowoc.
14 points in the second half to bring them back.
A couple of big free throws for Al McShepard. Got to hit the front end here. And he can't get it to go. McGuanago with a chance to cut the lead to 4 or 3.
McGuanago, a good outside shooting team, combines the threes along with that inside game.
Zanin looking for an open. Blocked by McShepard. Schluckelbeer trying to find an opening. Got it!
And we're seeing another patented comeback, just like they did in the sectional finals.
The steal. Zanin to the hoop. Player control foul will go against Tony Zanin.
And on that turnover, Ernie Peavy set up and took the charge as Zanin took the ball to the basket.
2:06 left to play, and Whitefish Bay wants to talk things over. They've seen their lead pretty much evaporate here. Down to 4. We will take a break. Come back with the final 2:06. Back at the Fieldhouse after these messages from our statewide sponsors, Menards and Senex Land O'Lakes. This is the WIAA Network Station.
Get ready for a shower of savings in Menards Plumbing and Bath Department. Handheld and fixed head shower kits by Plum Shop are on sale now. Treat yourself to this adjustable spray shower head for just $8.99. Add beauty to your bath with a tub or shower door from Killer. Choose from many stylish designs, like this swan design tub door on sale for only $49.99. Hurry in for big plumbing and bath savings at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Celebrate Country Spirit Days at your Senex or Land O'Lakes Cooperative with these great sale prices. Stock up on lubricants and take advantage of the best price of the season. Buy a 20-pound propane cylinder filled with Senex propane for just $22.95. And treat your dog to Hardy Champion dog food. Sale priced at just $5.69. Plus register to win a Case IH tractor, the grand prize drawing in the Country Spirit Day sweepstakes. For great Country Spirit Days value, see your Senex or Land O'Lakes Cooperative.
Whitefish Bay has seen their lead evaporate from 12 down to 4. McGuanago has done it with some aggressive defense.
Well, aggressive defense, they're out there gambling. They're trying to force the turnover. If they get the foul, they're taking the foul. Either way, they're saying it doesn't matter. They're either going to get the turnover or stop the clock on a foul.
An 8-0 run for McGuanago in the last minute 37 here, and that's a quick way to get back into the ball game.
And they just get it over in 10 seconds. We'll see what Whitefish Bay talked about here, if they're going to spread them out, go for a layup or the free throws.
Damian Perry draws a foul. It'll go, I believe, against Troy Schluckerbeer. That'll be his 4th personal.
And it looks like they're going to go for the layup or the free throws. In this case, Damian Perry is up at the line for the bonus. And again, for all you young kids that out there that are watching this game and you practice your free throws, when you're playing in a close ball game in the state tournament in the 4th quarter, free throws are very, very important.
Perry with 14. Boy, nothing to it on that one.
He puts a nice arc on that ball, nice soft touch.
Whitefish Bay's first free throw of the game, statistician Don Kerr tells us.
Both with a very nice touch.
Nothing but net that time for Damian Perry.
That kind of breaks the run a little bit, stops the momentum.
16 points for Perry, 1:35 to play. Brown from the outside couldn't get a big rebound by Ernie Peavy. Perry to the hoop. Got it, and he's fouled.
Now, Damian Perry with a little late game heroics right here, and he played well throughout, but here he senses the chance, and this is, some teams play to win, and this is a case of playing to win, not just holding the ball out there, but taking it to the basket, adding to that lead, and it's 64-56.
1:26 to play. Keith Brandstetter wants to talk things over. McGuanago down 8 and looking at a 9-point deficit here if Perry converts the 3-point play.
Wow, Damian Perry with those 2 big free throws and then a very alert play taking that ball to the basket. And, you know, it's all a philosophy. He could have held the ball on the outside or dribbled it back out, and they would have been looking at a 62-56 lead, and McGuanago trying to force a turnover or coming up with a foul. And in this case, he's going to go to the line, but he got the basket, and he's looking at a 3-point play.
If you're McGuanago now, you're looking at 8 points down, maybe 9 points. How do you make that up in a minute 26? The obvious thing is look for the threes, I would imagine. Is it too early to start doing that, or do you want to look exclusively to that?
Well, I think McGuanago has good outside shooting. We said at the beginning of the show that they have good guard strength. They can shoot the ball out there well. I think they have to shoot the threes, and they have to play aggressively on defense and either force the turnover or stop the clock with a foul.
Whitefish Bay now, look at that, 2 free throws for the entire game. That is really something, 15 of 20 for McGuanago, but the difference really for Whitefish Bay, the 3-point shots.
Well, 3-point field goals, Whitefish Bay 6 out of 13, McGuanago 1 out of 5.
Well, when you're hitting 6 of 13 in the 3-point area, that's a great job. That's a great percentage.
Well, it just shows what a weapon that 3-point shot is, and it's like a home run in baseball, and it's great for the players, and it's great for the fans.
Damian Perry looking to complete the 3-point play. Can't get that one to go. An 8-point lead, 1:22 to play. Here comes Zanin. Knocked away by Peavy. Schluckerbeer for 3. No. Battled for. Knocked away. Ahead to Peavy. To the hoop.
Nice down-court pass, and Peavy was there to take it and lay it in.
19 for Ernie Peavy. A 10-point lead with under a minute to go. Brown for 3. No. Another big rebound for Whitefish Bay. And the Blue Dukes have done a nice job of holding off McGuanago here after the Indians made that run.
Well, with 2 good ball clubs like McGuanago and Whitefish Bay, when Whitefish Bay had that 10, 11-point lead, you would expect a ball club like McGuanago to make a run at them. And they ran off 8 straight points and cut it to 4, and that's a normal thing. And then it's up to the ball club like Whitefish Bay, good quality team, to be able to put some points on the board and hold them off. And the free throws by Damian Perry, the driving layup by Damian Perry, the layup by Ernie Peavy were the 6 points that broke that momentum.
Russ Trimble goes out of the ball game. Tim Frank at the free throw line. Can't get it. Bill Schoenau with the rebound.
And Bill Schoenau has helped to bring them back in this 4th quarter.
Schluckerbeer driving. Got it.
Timeout if they have one.
McGuanago immediately takes a timeout. 40 seconds to play. They trail by 8. I would imagine that you get to foul now. You quick steal or foul almost every time down.
Right, 40 seconds, 8 points. They have a timeout, and they're talking about here. They're either going to steal the inbounds pass or they're going to foul, and they're talking about which player to foul.
If you're Whitefish Bay, you've been in this situation a lot of times, Eli. You're trying to protect the lead late in the ballgame. What are you telling your kids at the bench?
Well, right now, with an 8-point lead, you want to get the ball up the court, you want to spread them out, and then when they go for the double team, when they go for the steal, if it opens up for a layup, take the layup with no one on you, or else keep the ball out there, keep them spread out, stay away from the double team, and then be content to shoot the free throws. What you don't want is a turnover.
Sluckabeer with 19, Peavy with 19. Those have been the two leading scorers for McGuanago and Whitefish Bay.
And Jeff, kind of an interesting thing, they were matched up against each other most of this ballgame.
Exactly right. There's a look at them, Peavy and Sluckabeer. And both players have been doing a nice job of taking the ball to the basket.
Well, they have. I think we've seen excellent guard play, and we've also seen some good play inside, and the ability to take the ball to the basket and get high percentage shots. And we can see how these teams, maybe not in this game, but in a lot of other games, scored in the 70s, and Whitefish Bay is close.
Full court pressure now by McGuanago. Looking for a quick turnover. Peavy brings it up. Ahead to Tim Frank. Now McGuanago needs to foul, and they do. Bruce Fielke at the free throw line.
And it took him just 6 seconds to stop the clock with that foul. But you just can't let the clock run at this point.
So Fielke goes to shoot the bonus. Foul's going to go on Matt Brown. We asked Jeff Fielke, you know, what's it like to coach your son? Is there any pressure on you? He said, you know, there's more pressure, I think, on Bruce than there is on me.
Well, and that's a good point. But two things that relieved that pressure is they were like 22-2, and just had an excellent season, and plus Bruce is a fine basketball player.
16 points for Bruce Fielke. And a couple of big free throws as well.
Well, nice form, nice follow through. Now they need a quick three.
A 10-point lead. Under 30 to play. Zanin fires long range. Can't get it. The rebound goes inside Tom Schonow. Basket won't count. He was fouled before the shot went in the air.
He's fouled on the rebound as he came down. And before he went back up to put the ball in. Good, strong rebound.
Tom Schonow, just a sophomore. Here comes Marty Siebert into the ball game. Bill Schonow goes out.
And a big hand for Bill Schonow. Schonow, excellent player, and had a great season. Helped lead the team to the state tournament.
Schonow's first free throw is good. And coming into the ball game now for Whitefish Bay, Brent Bradford.
These McGuanago kids, not only good basketball players, fine students in the classroom as well.
Schownow's second shot is good. And quickly the foul goes on Tom Schonow. So McGuanago not giving up here, trying to do anything they can, although it's pretty tough now with 20 seconds to go, staring at a 8-point deficit.
Well, as long as you can stop the clock and, you know, if you can get the other team to miss a couple free throws, if you can come down and hit a three yourself or a couple threes, there's still some time left.
Jeff Fielke, Whitefish Bay's only 2 losses this year. Both came to Wauwatosa East. Both came in overtime.
And Wauwatosa East with an excellent ball club this year. Again this year after their state championship.
Big rebound for Whitefish Bay. They can just run this baby down. Perry, back to Frank. On top, the foul goes. I believe it'll go on Marty Siebert. And I believe that will send Brent Bradford to the free throw line.
And that's what we're talking about late in the ball game, being able to spread them out. The players in the 4 corners, and it's tough to double team them.
And now McGuanago get as many players into the game as they can. Substitutions now. John Sands into the ball game. Mark Buzalaki. The starters come out from McGuanago. Matt Brown comes out. Troy Sluckabeer comes out. Jim Poppy getting set to come in for McGuanago. Corey Barnes into the ball game for Whitefish Bay. Both coaches just trying to get the players a chance to run up and down once or twice on the field house floor.
Well, and the thrill of playing in the state tournament, and it's something that only a few get that chance, and a lot of kids work hard to try to have the opportunity. Jeff, and we'd certainly like to congratulate both teams for an outstanding effort in this ball game, and 69-60, one team goes on, and they're all winners.
And second shot no good, so McGuanago just brings it down and try and get one more shot off, and Whitefish Bay will go on to the semifinals. A 69-60 win over McGuanago. They await the winner of our next contest, Madison East against Appleton East. More, the 75th annual Boys State Tournament in a minute. This is your WIAA network station.
Great.
Gee, Pete, this fishing trip was a great idea.
You know it, Ron.
The great outdoors, a new Lakeland boat. It's fishing at its finest.
The best, Ron.
Whoa. Good thing we got a mariner on that Lakeland boat, huh, Pete? Pete? Pete?
Lakeland and Mariner, like an old friend and sometimes more reliable.
Luke, where'd you go?
Now, this 14-foot Lakeland boat with trailer, 15-horse Mariner, just $30.95. Lakeland Sports Center, Greenbush and Madison.
Why is Ford Taurus a better value than Honda Accord or Chevy Lumina?
Simple, it's got more trunk space.
Taurus has 17 cubic feet of trunk space. Accord and Lumina are considerably smaller.
There's more room for my growing family.
Taurus seats 6, while Accord seats 5.
And it's got a bigger engine.
The Taurus 3-liter V6 with 140 horsepower has more than Accord or Lumina.
Heck, it's not rocket science. Just take one for a ride.
Ford Taurus, one of Car and Driver's 10 best, only at your local Ford dealer.
The Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes with a 69-60 win over the McGuanago Indians. Whitefish Bay moving on to the Class A semifinals. Standing by on the other side of the court with the winning coach, Jeff Thielke, Dwayne Mosley. Dwayne?
All right, thank you very much, Jeff Lenzen. And, Coach, congratulations. You had some individuals contribute with some big points throughout, but especially in the final 2 minutes when McGuanago cut that thing down to 4 points.
Well, it was a matter of keeping our cool. We were allowing them to come down, just get second shots. Finally, we hit the boards. When we got the boards, we were able to push the ball against anybody, I feel. And we can get the ball out and run, we're in good shape. We spread the floor a little bit, had Ernie Peavy penetrate, and when he penetrates, he's going to create something. He's either going to go to the hole and make the basket, or he's going to find somebody open.
Your team, 6 of 13, three-point shooting.
Well, that's been our strong suit. We've shot the ball well from the outside. I feel we got 2 nice guards in Peavy and Thielke, and I feel that Damian Perry is really a third guard for us, although he takes the hole so nicely. On the other end of it, we didn't shoot so well from the free throw line tonight either.
You talked about Damian Perry, and I know when it was 60-56, boy, he really gave your team a nice cushion when he scored 4 unanswered.
Well, he's a senior, and for the most part, a lot of our kids, you know, as you notice out there, all the seniors playing. We're counting on those guys. They've been around for a few years. They're the guys that really want this. It's a mission for them.
You get ready now. You know you're in the semifinals against Appleton East or Madison East, so thanks for stopping by. Congratulations, and good luck tomorrow night.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot. Jeff Thielke, the head basketball coach, winning coach here in the first semifinal game of this evening's session. Now we send it back to Jeff Lenzen.
All right, thank you very much, Dwayne Mosley. We are 2 minutes away yet from the start of the Appleton East, Madison East ball game. We take a look at the statistics. Eli and Whitefish Bay, nice job shooting 50%. When you can shoot that as a team, you're doing a great job.
Well, Jeff, really in the difference in the ball game, 50% for Whitefish Bay to 36% for McGuanago. And even though McGuanago had more free throws, that was offset by the 3-point field goals that Whitefish Bay made.
And again, the 3-point goals, a key statistic there, 6 of 13 for Whitefish Bay. That's 18 points there to just 3 for McGuanago.
Well, it is, and we can see that the rebounds about even, 36-34 for McGuanago. Turnovers about even. So we talked about the differences, that shooting percentage and the 3-point goals.
The leading scorers for both squads, both teams getting some balance. Schluckabeer, 19, had a nice game, moving the ball back and forth on the baseline. He was really the go-to guy for McGuanago.
Well, he had a nice ball game and played very strong on the baseline. Good inside game, very aggressive player. And, of course, Ulm inside. And Bill Schonau got on track and scored 12 points. And then for Whitefish Bay, Perry, Peavy, Thielke, 19, 18, and 17. There are 3 players on the outside just doing an excellent job.
So Whitefish Bay now will sit back and watch this other Class A quarterfinal game, Appleton East against Madison East. We're coming back at the field.